Most men over 60 have no idea that their everyday bathroom routine could be quietly shrinking their penis, weakening their erections, and draining their testosterone. It sounds extreme, but it's real. Because what you do in the bathroom, how you sit, how long you wait, even how you wipe, can directly affect blood flow, hormone balance, and the health of the tissues down there. I'm Dr. Blake Morgan, a board-certified urologist with over 30 years of experience helping men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s restore their erections, rebuild their testosterone, and feel like themselves again without pills or surgery. And I can tell you with confidence, the bathroom is one of the most overlooked sources of sexual health problems in older men. We blame aging, stress, or low T. But in reality, many erection and size issues start with inflammation, pelvic tension, and blood flow problems rooted in your daily habits, especially the ones you've been doing for decades. In this video, I'll reveal 5 bathroom habits that may be silently shrinking your penis, and show you how to correct each one quickly, safely, and naturally. This isn't fear-mongering, it's science. And if you're serious about protecting your manhood and getting back that firmness, sensitivity, and confidence, this video could be a game changer. Before we jump in, do me a favor. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a life-changing men's health tip made just for guys like you. And leave a quick comment, type 1, if you've ever wondered whether your daily routine could be harming your erections, or 0 if this is brand new to you. I read every one. Bathroom habit 1, sitting too long on the toilet. Especially with your phone, you may think you're just relaxing. But sitting on the toilet for extended periods, especially while scrolling your phone, is crushing your circulation. The toilet seat places pressure on the perineum, the area between your scrotum and anus, which is full of delicate nerves and blood vessels that supply your penis. When you sit too long, you're effectively choking off blood flow to your penis and triggering tension in the pelvic floor muscles. This combination, over time, can lead to loss of erection, firmness, numbness, or decreased sensation, shrinking or retracted appearance of the penis. Think of it like a garden hose. If you press on it too long, water stops flowing. The same thing happens with blood. A 2015 study from the International Journal of Urology found that chronic pelvic floor tension and reduced perineal blood flow were directly associated with erectile dysfunction and reduced penile length in older men. Limit toilet time to 5 minutes max. If nothing happens, get up and walk around. Movement stimulates bowel action better than sitting still. And never bring your phone to the bathroom. Bathroom habit 2, delaying urination for too long. It might sound harmless, even normal. But holding your pee too long is one of the sneakiest habits that can silently harm your sexual performance and even reduce your visible size over time. Here's what's happening under the surface. When you resist the urge to urinate, you put your bladder, prostate, and pelvic floor under unnecessary stress. The bladder stretches beyond its normal capacity. The pelvic muscles tense up to keep everything in, and all of that tension can backfire. Over time, this can lead to a tight, hyperactive pelvic floor, which restricts blood flow to the penis, increased inflammation around the prostate, poor nerves signaling during arousal, and even a phenomenon called penile retraction, where your penis appears shorter or pulled inward. Especially in a flaccid state. Let me repeat that. Simply holding in your pee too often can make your penis look and feel smaller. That's not aging, that's mechanical dysfunction. Microscope research published in Neurology and Urodynamics found that chronic urine retention is linked to pelvic floor dysfunction, overactive bladder, and reduced sexual sensation in older men. Another study out of Japan showed that men with chronic bladder overfilling had lower nitric oxide levels and reduced nocturnal erections, even if their testosterone levels were normal. And the worst part, many older men hold it in because they think it's just part of aging, when really, it's a habit that slowly chips away at their performance. White heavy checkmark. Here's what to do instead. Don't wait more than 2-3 hours between bathroom breaks. As soon as you feel a moderate urge, go. Don't let it become urgent. Practice a relaxed pelvic posture while urinating. Sit down if needed, breathe deeply, and avoid pushing after you're done. Do a light pelvic floor release. Stand tall, gently roll your hips forward and back. It helps relax those tight muscles. Mark was waking up 3-4 times a night with urgency. But during the day, he'd often hold his pee for hours while working on projects. He told me he felt tighter down there and had been shrinking over the last few years. Once we retrained his bladder schedule, added pelvic floor relaxation, and reduced nighttime fluid intake, He reported stronger morning erections, better sensation, and in his own words, finally felt like things were hanging like they used to. Don't ignore the urge. Urinate regularly, mindfully, and gently, and your bladder, prostate, and penis will thank you. Bathroom habit 3, sitting too long on the toilet. Akea, phone scrolling time, let's be honest. How many times have you gone to the bathroom just to do your business and ended up sitting there for 10, 15, even 20 minutes scrolling through your phone? It seems harmless, a little peace and quiet. But what most men don't know is that this everyday habit can do real damage to your sexual health, especially after 60. Here's what's happening while you're just sitting there. 1. Blood pooling in the pelvis when you sit on the toilet for extended periods. Especially in that slouched forward position, you're putting direct pressure on your pelvic floor, your perineum, the sensitive area between the anus and scrotum, and the blood vessels that supply your penis. This pressure slows circulation, compresses nerves, and can lead to reduced oxygen and blood flow, the very ingredients you need for a healthy erection. Over time, that can lead to numbness or tingling down there, weakened erections or decreased sensitivity, pelvic tension, and discomfort during sex. A study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research found that men with pelvic congestion, reduced blood movement due to pressure in the area, had significantly lower erection hardness scores, despite having normal testosterone levels. That means you could have plenty of hormones but still struggle, all because of poor pelvic blood flow. 2. Straining the pelvic floor sitting too long, especially if you're pushing or straining even a little, fatigues the pelvic floor muscles. And a weak or tight pelvic floor is one of the most overlooked causes of erectile dysfunction. It can also worsen prostatitis symptoms, contribute to hemorrhoids, and reduce the strength of ejaculation. White heavy checkmark what to do instead. Set a 5-minute limit. Your body should be ready to go within that window. If not, get up and try again later. Sit upright, not hunched over your phone. A slight forward lean is okay, but avoid collapsing your posture. Use a footstool or squatty potty if you want to ease pressure and encourage more natural elimination. No scrolling. Use the bathroom for what it's meant for, not extended entertainment time. Henry came to me with complaints of weak erections and a strange tingling sensation in his groin. Turns out he was spending up to 20 minutes a few times a day on the toilet reading news and checking emails. Once we cut his bathroom time to under 5 minutes, had him sit with better posture, and added a short walking routine to improve circulation, his symptoms started disappearing within weeks. His erectile strength returned, and so did his confidence. The toilet isn't a lounge chair. Sitting too long on it creates blood flow bottlenecks, weakens your pelvic floor, and can silently sabotage your erections over time. Treat your bathroom time with intention, not as a place to zone out, and you'll notice a big difference in how you feel and function. Bathroom habit 4, rushing or forcing urination. You stand over the toilet, tense up, and push hard to get it over with quickly. Maybe you're in a hurry. Maybe your stream is weak and you feel like you have to force it. But here's the problem. Forcing your pee puts serious pressure on your prostate, bladder, and pelvic nerves. And over time, that tension can shrink your stamina, harm your erections, and even contribute to long-term prostate issues. Here's what's going on in your body. Your prostate sits right below your bladder and surrounds the urethra, the tube your urine flows through. When you forcefully push to urinate, especially with tight pelvic muscles, you increase the pressure on both the bladder and prostate. Over time, this can cause prostate irritation or inflammation, overactive pelvic floor muscles, which restrict blood flow, incomplete emptying of the bladder, and even reduced erection quality due to chronic tension in the perineum and pelvic nerves. Chart decreasing studies show that older men who consistently strain to urinate are more likely to develop lower urinary tract symptoms, like dribbling, urgency, and weak flow, which are directly linked to decreased sexual performance and satisfaction. Brain, think about it like this. Your sexual organs rely on relaxation and blood flow, not tension and force. If your muscles and nerves are constantly under stress during urination, they can't relax properly when it's time to perform. White heavy check mark. Here's what to do instead. Take your time. Allow your bladder to empty naturally. Don't rush it. Sit down to urinate, especially if your flow is weak or you feel tense. This reduces pressure on the pelvic floor and lets gravity help. Breathe deeply while peeing. Inhale through your nose, exhale slowly through your mouth. This tells your nervous system to relax. Do a light pelvic drop afterward. Unclench your stomach, hips, and thighs. Let everything go loose for 15 seconds to reset the system. Harold told me he had to push hard every time he peed, and he thought it was just getting old. But that habit left his pelvic area sore, and his nighttime erections had disappeared. We taught him to sit down when needed, breathe into his belly during urination, and stop clenching. After a few weeks, his urination became easier, and more importantly, he started waking up with morning wood again for the first time in over a year. Urination shouldn't be a chore or a battle. The more you force it, the more pressure you place on the exact organs responsible for sexual performance. Slow down, relax, let your body do what it's designed to do naturally. You'll feel less tension, protect your prostate, and see real improvements where it matters most. Bathroom habit 5, ignoring the urge at night, holding it in while you sleep. You wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. with the urge to pee, but instead of getting up, you roll over, squeeze your legs together, and try to fall back asleep. It seems harmless, even smart if you're trying to avoid waking up too often. But what you might not realize is that holding in urine overnight can slowly destroy your sexual health, especially after 60. Here's why. 1. Bladder pressure affects your prostate and pelvic nerves when your bladder fills up and stretches too far. It doesn't just affect your urge to go. It presses against your prostate, pelvic floor muscles, and the pudendal nerve, which helps control blood flow and sensitivity in your penis. That pressure can cause pelvic discomfort, tingling, or numbness in your groin, reduced sensitivity, and weaker erections in the morning over time. This constant overnight pressure can also worsen prostate swelling and make it harder to fully empty your bladder the next day. A study published in the Journal of Urology found that men who regularly held in urine at night had significantly more lower urinary tract symptoms and a higher rate of erectile dysfunction compared to those who responded to their nighttime urges. 2. Suppressing the morning erection reflex. Here's something wild. Your body is designed to have erections at night. In fact, men usually get 3 to 5 erections per night during REM sleep, even if you don't notice them. These nocturnal erections help keep your penile tissue oxygenated and healthy, maintain elasticity in blood vessels, act as a natural workout for your erectile muscles. But when your bladder is full, your body often skips these nighttime erections because it prioritizes bladder control over sexual arousal. And that means you wake up with fewer or weaker morning erections, which is a key marker of vascular and hormonal health. White heavy checkmark what to do instead. Don't wait if you wake up and feel the urge, get up and go. Holding it in does more harm than good. Cut fluids 2 hours before bed. This reduces how often you wake up to pee. Elevate your legs for 30 minutes before bedtime, using a pillow or reclining to help fluid drain from your lower body and reduce nighttime urine production. Do bladder emptying techniques before sleep, like double voiding pee. Relax for 30 seconds, then pee again. Martin used to wake up 3-4 times per night needing to pee, but he trained himself to hold it and fall back asleep. He thought he was helping his sleep quality, but over time he noticed weaker morning erections, duller sensitivity, and occasional leakage. We reversed the habit. He drank less before bed, emptied his bladder fully, and got up as soon as the urge hit. Within weeks, his energy improved, and so did his confidence in the bedroom. Your body is constantly sending signals, and ignoring the urge to pee at night may seem minor, but it can slowly shrink your stamina, circulation, and overall sexual function. Protect your prostate, keep your nerves and blood vessels healthy, and don't be afraid to get up when nature calls. Your morning erections will thank you. Final wrap-up. These 5 common bathroom habits might seem harmless, but over time, they chip away at the very foundation of a man's sexual health after 60. White heavy checkmark to recap. Hovering or rushing urination, sitting too long on the toilet, forcing your pee, ignoring posture and pelvic pressure, holding it in at night. By fixing these simple behaviors, you're not just preventing problems, you're actively rebuilding strength, circulation, and confidence. Stay tuned for our next video. Backhand index pointing right, top 7 habits that naturally boost testosterone after 60. You won't want to miss it. Hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Which of these habits surprised you most? Type the number below and let's talk. Stay strong, stay smart, and as always, I've got your back.